Hello. Are you resting comfortably? Good. I hope that you don't mind that he is here with us today. His daycare called me and just said that he was being very bad. So I thought, well, I'll pick him up, I'll bring him here, and he can hang out with us. No, he's not off the hook. We did have to have a conversation about how it's not okay to eat other people's snacks, that those are their snacks and not ours. But I think a day of relaxation will calm him down, so thank you for allowing him to be here with us. This bed is incredibly comfortable, and I sense a nap time for me in the future. But I wanted to just chat to you while you rested about something that's been on my mind, which is this one particular life experience that I feel has happened to me over and over again. And I'm wondering if you can relate to it, but it, in essence, is, I find this time comes around where I am shaken up like a snow globe. Truly, in good ways and bad ways. This will be like a crush on somebody or any type of love. This has looked like getting rejected from a job, getting a new job, some mystical sense of the future, of beyond, traveling to a new destination, and feeling the sublime. There are moments in life where I'm just swept away. Like I went on a writing retreat, and it was just a week completely out of time with strangers who I'd never met, having intimate conversations in a new, beautiful place. And at the end of being completely shaken around like a snow globe, all of that snow has to settle. And I end up taking a kind of long, lonely, bittersweet walk back to myself. Just from one context to another. You know, if you've ever been just shaken up by limerence, or if you've been so moved, and then there's this moment, or maybe even devastated, and then there's this settling where it's time to walk home. You have to walk back home after some of the most amazing nights. The stuff of legend, you know? These moments that define humanity. You have to walk back home eventually, and the dust, the snow settles. And I've read about this, I've seen it in film, this kind of lonely walk home to yourself. I think some people avoid having the snow globe shaken at all. So, you know, not wanting to even try and date or, you know, go out there in the world, and they just want some stability and some peace and calm. And I've been there too. I also am thinking of spiritual traditions like Buddhism or certain philosophical traditions that pretty much their goal is to, or part of it, is to make sure that you're not shaken as much, or that when the snow globe is shaken, that there's a part of you that has 2 feet on the ground and you can be present. And that short walk home is not really a journey at all. It's just one step. You're back to yourself. The snow can fall around around you, but you are you. And you're settled, and you don't get as blown away by strange encounters or that kind of thing. But life is life, and the snow globe will be shaken. And I have found that there's a lot of creative potential in that walk home, where you've just been absolutely turned. And it's kind of nice to lose yourself in some flurry of excitement, and walk home to yourself, get back in touch with yourself. But also, those moments of the snow globe can be destabilizing, so I get why there's effort to minimize the chaos and disruption to the self that life causes. One of the best books I've read that really captures that feeling is A Month in the Country. This is by J.L. Carr. It's about this war veteran who goes to this fictional English town of Oxgodby, where he spends the summer uncovering a medieval church mural or wall painting. And it's so tiny. It's just one of the best descriptions of one of those summers, legendary summers of kind of subtle crushes and new friendships and just encountering people who you will never meet again. And this concept of having that settle and not be your whole life. It's just this moment of intense snow globe, just a turn where everything is kind of stirred up in you. And one of the other best books I've read that kind of captures that sentiment is Call Me By Your Name. I don't have my copy of that book, but wow, when I read it, I did think it was one of the best depictions of that kind of youthful love, and seeing the inner state of somebody who is definitely being stirred up in the snow globe. So when these moments happen to me, I feel very alive and just blown away. I had a moment where I went to Scotland very, very, very briefly, just for a moment, and it had that effect on me where I was turned, and in a flurry, it doesn't match my younger Texas self. It just seemed unreal, and I took a lonely walk home to myself, a bit of grief where I must leave things behind. I'm always leaving things behind. It's that everything I touch seems to be so temporary, and there's a million lives I cannot live, and the romance of life being just on the other side of a bureaucratic wall sometimes. I get little tastes of it. I think a lot of us who work relate to this feeling of, oh, you fly free. You get this sense of the other ways that human beings have lived in their life. And then you have to settle back into your more bureaucratic reality. And so the snow globe doesn't just refer to love and meeting new people, although that's one of the surest fire ways to be stirred, but just this sense of possibility, and to be thrust in a new environment, and to feel a kind of cold air that could have been experienced by human beings long ago, and realizing just how odd everything is, and how we have a lot to attend to in a practical way, I guess, which regulates romance and mystery and adventure to very specific moments in life if we're lucky enough to have them. And so when I have them, I end up being stirred and shaken all around, and I have to settle and think that we live in a world where, well, I am passing through this place, don't know where I'm gonna settle, have no idea. Many things are not in our control, and I become enamored with possibility. What could I be? What could I do? Where could I live? Look at how amazing the world is. And I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. And I walk the lonely walk back home to myself, where, this is my life, this is my body, this is my reality. And the scale of me being so small against a world that's so big, I have to let all that snow settle back into what's real to me. I love this stuff. It's the stuff of pining, longing, romance, mystery, desire. I love this stuff. And I find these walks home to myself as some of the most private times of my life. And I think they're so special. They're so special and weird and strange, and I like all the feelings as much also as I like to be grounded, but that's part of it, is that allowing the snow to settle again. You're becoming grounded anew, but usually the snow does not fall the same way. How can it settle the exact same way that it was? So you're changed forever. Every time you meet someone new, or you go someplace new, or something happens, you are changed forever. How could it settle the same way? So there's a beauty in that, and there's grief in it sometimes, and there's pain in it sometimes, especially when it's something you can't hold on to. It's a person you can't hold on to. It's a place, it's a feeling you have to say goodbye to, and take the lonely road back to the present, not being in control of the future, and just settling back into right now, kind of. The season is turning here too, and sometimes the season's turning is you can feel the momentum of it, and I find that during this time, spring time, when we're almost there but not quite, things start to feel like they have potential. It's like the snow globe is slowly turning, and I can feel the shifting. Things that were kind of dormant for a while are getting a little bit stale, or starting to slide. And I love that feeling. I love it. It makes me feel that there's a future, and that the present moment is dynamic and healthy, and like I'm excited for living, and I'm excited to be shaken up, and I'm ready to grieve, and if I need to grieve, and ready to be full of mystery and potential, and reckon with circumstance, and just do the thing, go with it. So I like the snow globe moments, even though some of them are very hard. I think that is kind of the nature sometimes of life, and I'm a person who is easily shaken up and resettles. I go on the walk home. I hope that makes sense. But Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. As you're half sleeping, half resting, I wanted to talk to you about some of these more ephemeral things. Yeah, he's trying to get away. He wants to go back to the daycare because it's much more lively there and there are snacks. But we do have banana Nutella muffins here, so maybe if he calms down, he can have one. And maybe if you want one, you can have one too when you wake up. How nice is that? That's a little stability. That's not gonna. They're very good muffins. That's not the kind of thing that, throws the snow globe in the air. It's just a nice little comfort for the present to help settle you. That's a settling thing. Although I'm sure somebody makes a banana Nutella muffin that does turn you upside down, I'm sure that exists. But okay, I'm gonna take him to get a muffin, and I will come check on you in a bit, and if you want a muffin, I'll bring you one. So, you rest well for now, and I'll see you soon.